Good evening and welcome back to Ginger's Kitchen. Today I made for dinner an old favorite of mine, chicken croquettes. They came prepared in the grocery store and all you had to do was bake them in the oven. They don't make them anymore, so I tried to kind of recreate them. Please like and subscribe and thank you for watching. Here we go. First, I chopped some fresh dill, some fresh curly parsley, and some fresh green onion. I got out my special chopping tool for this so that you didn't get big pieces. The original was a minced chicken and spices. I didn't want any big chunks of the herbs, so I wanted to get them finely chopped. Now I put the herbs in the bowl, and then I put a little bit of breadcrumbs and a lot of Parmesan cheese. Rather than use a lot of breadcrumbs, I used Parmesan. Now you want to mix this all together, and I put some dried herbs. The dried herbs had dill, parsley, green onion, garlic powder, onion powder. And there it is, mixed all around. Now to the herbs, I'm going to add ground chicken. This is a pound of ground chicken. And I'm going to mix that all together, and it'll be dry if we don't add some moisture. So I'm adding in 1 egg, and then I'm also going to add in just a little splash of cream. And this was literally a splash. So at the most, 2 tablespoons. Now I mix this around thoroughly, and basically you have a chicken meatball mixture. So at this point, I really have no plan on how to make these into a cone shape. So I stopped the video and I got out my muffin tin. And then on a plate, I put breadcrumbs and more grated cheese to coat the croquettes. Mixture was nice and moist, which is what I wanted. That's why I added the egg and the little bit of cream. So I rolled each one in my hands, kind of like a fat cylinder. And then I rolled it into the breadcrumb and grated cheese mixture. And then as I sat them in the muffin tin, I would have a point on one end. And as I sat them in, I kind of pushed them down to fill the bottom of the muffin tin just gently. And it sort of made a cone shape. And like I said, I'll work on this in the future. But they did come out sort of like a cone if you look at the video and you look at the pictures. This is a little messy, and next time I'm going to use food-safe gloves. I had a lot of washing up to do. And as always, take time to wash up and be careful when handling raw meat. So the 1 pound made enough to almost fill my dozen muffin tin. So it made 11 croquettes for the 1 pound of ground chicken and the ingredients. Now into a preheated oven. I had my oven at 375, but as I always say, everyone's oven is different. So when they came out of the oven in about 25 minutes, I used a meat thermometer to temp them for doneness. And as you can see, they're nice and brown. They came out great. And now all I have to do is try one, because this is tonight's dinner, so I have to taste them and see how dinner came out. When using raw meat, always make sure it's fully cooked. Here they are, hot out of the oven. Now to put them on a plate, and I have some mashed potatoes and peas and carrots. Dinner is done, and I think for a first try, these came out very delicious. So thank you for visiting Ginger's Kitchen again. Thank you for your time and for watching. And please like and subscribe. Look at that steam come off that croquette. And until next time, take care.